Good morning, everyone. I'm Rosanna Johnson. I'd like to thank you, my partners, for being here, Bustman Cartabrata and Justin Himman. We are with the World Travel Asia, and it is our privilege to provide you with one of the best experiences in your life. And by going to this amazing 10-day trip that we put together, and we select some of the best things that you will experience in Thailand. The word travel, it's our name, and as I said, it's going to be a 10-day trip to the beautiful Thailand and surrounding areas. So why travel to Thailand? The money conversion, it's excellent, so you get $1 per 33 Thai baht, which is the money conversion there. And Thailand's a very safe country to be. You can walk around. Walk around Bangkok with no problems at all, no violence. I'm sorry, let me go back really quick. Since the lower crime rates, it's strict laws. There's some things that we're going to be talking about and explain what not to do in Thailand. But most of all, you can basically feel very safe in there. The first day, we're going to leave Denver. It's a 13-hour flight. And so the next day, we arrive in Thailand. But since, because of the long flights, we provide you with the aircraft are really comfortable. The food is really amazing. You can have some wine since it's international flights. So you head directly to the hotel. You're staying at the Marriott. It's a 5-star hotel. And you can relax and have some good food already at the hotel. And the day third, we already select a really good thing to go to the floating boat markets, which, as I said before, the other presentation, it has they are one of the most exotic foods and fruits and one-of-a-kind souvenirs that you can find there. So it's definitely, you can't miss that floating market, the floating boat markets. It's an experience that you can't miss. The day 4, we're going to go to the Wafa Kau Temple. You will feel very special going there. It's the emerald is known by the Emerald Buddha. As you can see over there on the right below, that's the Emerald Buddha. This is dated in the 14th century. Yes, it's located inside of the grounds of the Grand Palace. It's also in Bangkok. It's the Thailand's most valued temple that features the magnificent Emerald Buddha, as you can see. So there's a lot to do, and then, of course, including the restaurants, when in the meantime you get to relax and enjoy the exotic food. So I'm going to pass to Justin Himman. He's going to be talking about the 5th day and explain more about our amazing trip.
Thank you, Rosanna. Good morning, everyone. So like Rosanna said, we're going to be taking over at day 5 and actually exploring the city of Bangkok. That's the city right there. It's a very vast city. Population is about around 7 million. It's a pretty big city, nightlife, lots to do there. Some of the interesting things to do while you're in Bangkok to visit: spirit houses. These are scattered around Bangkok. They are usually red in color, and they look like oriental birdhouses. And what they are they're a way of honoring and placing the spirits of one's ancestors or the people that used to live on the property. And by keeping the spirits there in the houses, they believe that it brings good luck and good fortune to whoever resides or whoever goes by. And they're just scattered throughout the city. You'll see them. Sometimes they're decorated. You know, you can take pictures. They're very, very pretty. The Urawanch Museum it's actually a Hindu shrine. It is the house of the statue of the Pharaoh, which is the Thai representation of the Hindu creation god. It's the one, sometimes you'll see it's got 4 different faces, and on each side it's got the arms. It's a very, very crazy shrine. It's actually very popular. A lot of people go there. In 2006, though, a man was there vandalizing it, throwing rocks at it and stuff, and a group of bystanders actually beat him to death because that's how high in regard they treat these shrines and treat these museums, and they're very they hold a very special place in these people's no disrespect. You cannot show any kind of disrespect. And even some of the shrines and some of the temples, you need permission to take pictures. And Bustaman's going to be talking about that later. The forensic museum is a really cool place. It is also called the Museum of Death, but don't let the name scare you or anything. It houses many creepy and interesting things. It does have displays of preserved bodies, but and certain aspects of anatomy, but they all are in traditional Thai medicine. So it's mainly for informational use, but nothing you see in America. This is a very unique. The Forensic Museum is very unique to Thailand. The amulet market is basically Bangkok's biggest market, selling amulets, which are the statues of Buddha and other charms, and they also sell other forms of traditional Thai medicine. And the Mainak Shrine is one of the most famous shrines in Bangkok. It is a famous Thai folklore story, love story from the 19th century, and it's just a very popular destination to visit. A lot of people go there. Day 6, we're going to be making a trip to historic Awatua, which has many ancient shrines and ancient temples. Oops, too far. It's a relatively low-key site, so you can spend the whole day there without a lot of tourists. It's kind of a hidden gem among Thailand. There are many ancient temples and shrines located within the city, and at least 5 sites worth visiting. There's 4 of them there, but there are 5. In the 1700s, when we were having our Boston Tea Party, this city was actually flourishing with over 1 million people. But then the Burmese attacked them and basically leveled the city, but some of the shrines are still standing. It's just a very, very historic site in Thailand, but not a lot of people know about it, so we thought we'd go there. Day 7 is our train adventure for Thailand. What we're going to be doing is for $75, we can purchase a pass, a 1-day pass, and basically explore Thailand however you see fit. Like Rosanna had talked about, it's a very safe country to go about, and you can basically do anything you want. You don't have to worry about walking around the streets or getting mugged or anything like that. They have very strict laws for that reason. So, you know, if you want to go down maybe to the Gulf of Thailand here, there's a lot of beautiful beaches along here. Or maybe you wanted to go over here, there's a wildlife and a couple nature preserves actually here and parks. There's one here on the coast that's very beautiful, a lot of wildlife. Or maybe you wanted to go up and explore the countryside and take a train up here. All these locations are within a couple hours of distance, so getting back to Bangkok wouldn't be a problem. Excuse me. And for only $75, you know, you get to have a great day, you know, aboard the trains and check out Thailand. Day 8, we're going to be spending some time in the jungle, but don't be worried. We'll bring mosquito repellent. But basically exploring some of Thailand's backcountry on elephants and taking an elephant safari. Going through the rivers and going through the jungles. It's very safe. Most of the guides are armed, so if we do come across a tiger or anything big like that, that would be it. You don't have to worry. And here's Bustaman to talk about leaving Thailand.
Thank you. It's very short, 8 days, so we feel it's not enough for 8 days, but we have to give another people a chance to go, because if not, maybe you can stay forever, 1 month or something. So we have to say goodbye Thailand and ready to come back to United States. It takes about 2 days, or actually 1.5 days, because of the different day here and in Asia. This is a future airplane, and then ready to landing to Los Angeles or transit to go back to them. This is very important before we go. So in the Thailand, same thing. We cannot touch it, especially the woman. We cannot touch or hug. Oh, can I take a picture for you again? And then just hug the. Oh, don't do that. They cannot touch it. Uh, every temple, if we want to enter the temple, we have to take out our slipper. So our shoes or slipper. Don't use the shoes that go inside the temple. And no drug, absolutely no drug, because you can go to jail. They found out you have a drug, and don't buy drug over there too. If somebody offer you, don't even touch it. Don't even talk about drug. It's very strict. Sometimes you meet each other. We can say hello, hola, or something. Over there, they bow the body a little bit, so we have to bow. Sometimes they put here. The higher you put the hands, the higher respect to the other people, and little bit bow. And if okay, if you are husband and wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend, no hugging like that, and no kissing on the public, in the restaurant or in the temple or in the anywhere in the public. Don't do that. They don't acceptable. It's not acceptable over there. You can do it in your room, hotel, where both of you. But on the public, we cannot do that.
Yeah, it's not like Italy, where
Yeah.
Italy is a little different.
Don't touch the woman. Even the woman don't touch the man. The men you don't know each other, except your husband and wife. Official greeting we call way. Way is like a hello or how are you or something. Buddha image can only leave the country with permissions. This is related with our take picture. Inside the temple, they're not allowed to take picture. They're not allowed to take picture. Dress properly when you're visiting the temple, especially the woman. Don't you? Yes, you have to close and don't put use short, mini. So you have to use long pants or. When you take out the shoes and you go into the temple, if you need to sit down on the floor, you have to hide your feet. Don't show it. Show respect when images of royal family are present. We didn't put it right here. There's, I think. Be careful when you go to the tour. Stay close with the group. Don't. Oh, I know. I want to go over there by myself. So, if you go and then you reach the border, like Thailand and Burma or Thailand and Malaysia, they have like a conflict between the border. So maybe you can be dangerous over there. So, how do I know this is the go to the border or not? Stay close with your tour guide. Your tour guide will not bring you to the border. So stay close with the group. Don't just go by yourself or you want to know, go over there. Before you go, check it out. Where is the place that you have to know, and then beyond it also. What you bring with you? Passport. Passport, you always keep your passport with you. Don't give it to the tour guide. You always, by law, here, you must carry the passport all the time in Thailand. Tourists have been arrested because of they were unable to produce their passport. So, and identification like a driving license and visa. Before that, they have to have visa. money, cash, or you can change as soon as you arrive over there, you can change the Thai baht local money over there, or you can bring the travel checks. And camcorder, you can use it outside the temple, restaurant, or this. Any medicine, the drug. If you in special needs like you have diabetes or high blood or some, it's better you ask your doctor to get the prescriptions, to show it to you, and it give in case if you have a heart attack, how to handle, and they have instructions from your doctor. So in case something happen with you, you have a paper with you, and other people, other doctor can treat you how you're supposed to get it. Emergency contact. Before you go, you have to leave the note or something to somebody that in the house that tell them where you're going, how long you're going, and then give the telephone number, emergency contact. Before you go to travel, yeah, you have to ready the physical. If you get sick, you're not ready, your stamina is not, because you walk a lot and then outside. And especially the September and October, they have a rainy seasons. The weather change, like here is sometimes cold, sometimes hot. Over there, rainy season, water, the rain, booster vaccinations. And yeah, we like you if you join with us and then refer a friends, and then you can get like a incentive or discount travel. Pay administration fee, of course, you have to pay, and make sure all information is correct. Don't miss spelling.
Our total cost breakdown and totals are right here. Obviously, the most expensive one is going to be the airline. Hotel's relatively cheap, transportation is really cheap, and all of our adventures again under under $200. Total would be about $31.05, and the administration fee would be $248, bringing it to $33.53 total. But if you refer a friend, you actually get $300 off, so that brings down to $3,042. And then just the daily cost again, the big daily, the first day obviously with the flight is going to be the most expensive one, and then the rest of the trip is relatively cheap. And because of the Thai baht being so cheap with the American dollar, you really can live like a king in Thailand if you travel with us. Thank you.